Good morning, everybody. You are watching That Is Rich, me being rich. I'm not actually wealthy at all. I'm super broke. I've got a GoFundMe going. I think I have a Patreon still functioning, and I'm trying to do YouTube videos to monetize them. That's really the end all be all. As to whether or not you think my content is worth monetizing, you be the judge. I think I've got a very unique story. I don't think I'm super cool necessarily or anything like that, but I've gone through a lot of crazy shit, and I just want to kind of share it. I at least want to document it. If not for you, then for myself. Again, my name is Rich Serrano. You may have seen me on other channels or other videos, like My Off-Road Obsession. I am obsessed with anything and everything off-wheel, or four-wheel rather, off-road. I'm actually in what is my new to me 1989 best year around. Me, this truck, Taylor Swift, 1989 Chevrolet K2500. It's a 3/4 ton Chevy regular cab long bed truck. It's super sweet. Grandpa kept. It's great. It's great. I am parked right now, so not necessarily moving and recording, although everything's hands-free, so I'll probably take off and make my way to the gym in a minute. But I just wanted to get this channel kind of rolling on this latest wave of my life, and I need to get better at documenting it. I mentioned to Riley at the local Dutch Bros that I'd be better at documenting stuff, and so here I am. 1989 Chevy K2500. I've been reading John Steinbeck Travels with Charlie lately and kind of fell in love, and honestly I'm gonna go get a topper. I've already got a topper. It's got just a crap topper to throw crap in and keep everything dry, but I'm talking about like a camper topper, something ideally rigid, but maybe a pop top depending on the budget. And yeah, I'd like to make a trip from LA to New York, actually. LA to New York to Florida. So, like a huge triangle. Just cover everything, or as much as I can at least. It's been a crazy life. This has been crazy. I literally cannot, I would never wish it on anybody, but at the same time, I wouldn't ever want to deprive someone of some of the experiences I've gone through, for sure. A lot, not everybody, but a lot of people. This is not a woe is me video. This is fucking far from it. Far from it. Let's just get that clear. But, shit's rough. Shit's hard out here, man. I'm not bald by choice. If you haven't followed along at least that much, check out @that.is.rich on the gram. You'll see my GoFundMe, and ideally help fun, crazy adventures like what is this plan with this truck, this trip. So I don't know. Let me just go at it. I guess the past 2 years specifically have been extraordinarily ridiculous. My father passed. 54 years old. He had a pulmonary implosion. It's like a heart attack on steroids, basically, when your heart just literally explodes. Not just an attack. It's just, I don't know. That's it. I think it's kind of funny now, having gone through EMT class too, or the course, to have known that they did 20 minutes of CPR. You don't do 20 minutes on CPR on basically anybody. Within the first 10 minutes, you're brain dead. 20 minutes, you're just like playing with a rag doll. Like, super fucked. Nonetheless, he passed. That was September of 2019. Almost immediately thereafter, I felt like I blinked. March of 2020, COVID. Right? Everybody knows COVID. If you don't know me, you at least fucking know COVID, right? You got affected in one shape, way, or form, whether you caught it or you got fired, or maybe you lost a loved one to it. You know, there are a lot of people dying, a lot of people saying that it's fake. You know, if you're a conspiracy theorist, maybe, I don't fucking know, you've heard of it, period. I know you have. Or you've been in a sweet ass bunker, 100 feet down, in which case invite me. Shit, that's awesome. I'm down to bunker. This is a crazy ass world, right? 90% of us live online basically now, with Zoom meetings and working from home, needing to quarantine, all of those kind of things. So super fucked. COVID. My mind, I didn't give a shit about COVID. I didn't give a rat's ass. And not to say that I didn't believe in COVID necessarily, because I did. I actually got COVID before it was cool. I got it in January of 2020, like literally January 1. I had actually been hospitalized. I sounded like a water bong. I sound like a bong, like my lungs were filled with liquid. I felt like, and there was no Mucinex or antibiotic, or I took like 2 rounds of antibiotics and 3 different like sheets of the Mucinex things. Nothing. I was ready to chop that shit up and anything to anything to help. It was horrible. Inhalers, all sorts of shit, steam showers. So I get it. Lost a lot of weight just from that. Took like 2 weeks off work, and so it was shitty. But this conversation again is not about COVID. This is just about how life can suck balls, period. And it has for a lot of people recently. This is a reflection of my own situation. Maybe you can empathize or even relate. I'm here today now, sober, almost a year. I'm also here today alive, fucking fortunately. Healthiest I've ever been, thinnest I've ever been, most fit I've ever been. Not showing off at all. I worked my fucking ass off, and it was also a very odd series of events to get me here. Continuing on though, March 2020, right? Had that COVID outbreak. Everything's, COVID, everything shut down. The world. I built a van. Her name was Peppermint Patty. It's a 1997 B2500. Again, 3/4 ton. I just like them. Like them big. I like them thick. And she was awesome. Solar, propane. I did custom floors, lofted bed, plenty of storage. Smooth. AC worked. Heater worked, and it was just awesome. I looked like a 73-year-old man just cruising down the road, and I'd be able to park up in like a Walmart parking lot, stay there for a week at a time, honestly, and no one thought anything of it. It's teal with like all sorts of weird designs on the side. Like I said, look it up on the gram at that.is.rich is me. Is what you should be looking up for Peppermint Patty, to follow that. Excuse me. But I did that. I did the van life. That was way fun. Probably not mentally healthy juncture in my life to have taken that on necessarily. Given I had literally gone through a divorce, a separation. My partner and I were together for 7 years, married for 4. And we had split all at the same time in March, and that sucked. Divorces happen, shit happens. It was pretty bad, and we don't have to go into the details necessarily. Divorces suck. Splitting up a partnership, period, sucks. Needing to split the house, needing to split all the shit. Fortunately, we didn't have any kids necessarily together, so there was that. But it's like, damn, dude, what next, right? What next? Oh, I got fired. I got fired all at the same time. I guess it wasn't even so much a fire as I told my boss to suck it. He was being a dick, honestly, straight up. I did my job well. In fact, extraordinarily well. And he wasn't even really my boss. I was a subcontractor, and at the end of the day, you can fuck off. A lot of people are scared to say that shit to their employer. They're scared that they're going to lose their income, and it is a fear that one should have. There's no question about it. But I think now, given the perspective gain that I've been gifted by God, is fuck people. I'm sorry. Like, if you're an employer, you should have better leadership skills, period, to not push away employees. There are, obviously, I'm not speaking for everybody. I've been an employer myself. I've employed folk, and led them, not just ordered them around. And I think that's what I'm getting at. So if your boss sucks, fuck him. You don't have to do anything malicious. There's been plenty of dark shit that has gone through my head. Just really hated my boss, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just don't do it. Be the bigger man. Walk away. Shit sucks. Give him the finger. Swear at him. Words, gestures, hand gestures. None of that shit's gonna hurt you. You could change the channel right now if you disagree. That's the freedom that we are gifted. Again, like free will. You do not have to be listening to this. This is over 10 minutes already. Change your fucking channel. If you're offended by my swearing or thought, you don't have to get crazy with it. A lot of people did get crazy this year. A lot of people got way fucking crazy, way offended. and it really doesn't help that then the people that are, not offended or whatever, they become, I guess, offensive. The people that aren't offended become offensive by calling the people that maybe got offended easily, calling them snowflakes or whatever the fuck, or, like names, period. Walk away, just walk away from each other. There's so much space on this earth. Like, the Amazon hasn't even been occupied, fucking period. And I know this is like a stretch, but I'm just saying, like, that's a whole fucking portion of, like, a geographical area of the world that if you really wanted to, you could just tell someone to suck an asshole and just walk away. I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, here in the USA, and very easily, if I just didn't want to be next to any given one of my roommates or any one of my friends or family or whatever, 20 minutes tops, I'm out. Especially 4-wheel drive. I could do it in 2-wheel drive. Shit, give me a bicycle. I'll do it. Roll out. This sun is starting to get right in my eyeball. Don't judge me. I am going to start rolling out though. I got a bunch of pre-workout in me too, if you can't hear it in my voice. Let's see, where were we? Life being fucked, right? Yeah, people were getting like dangerous out there, right? People, the BLM movement began. Black lives do matter. Everybody's fucking life matters. Life matters. There's no fucking B. It's all fucking letters. Whatever you want to fucking identify yourself as, that portion of everything is still very confusing. I don't want to offend anybody. I never want to offend anybody. That shit is confusing though. No question. If you don't think it's confusing, you're fucked for just not thinking that it's confusing. I apologize for, again, being offensive, but I don't. At the same time, it's fucking confusing. I don't even know as to whether or not I should be sorry. Like, I'm going to, I don't know. I'm gonna just stop on that portion of it, so you continue on the video, because it's bigger than that. Yeah. BLM, people identifying themselves as whatever, anything. A lot of just weird political shit. You know, I was never necessarily a fan of Trump, but I was never so incredibly, outrageously, violently against him that I would, you know, say any one given thing or feel any given way. I don't give a shit. My day-to-day still is my day-to-day. Life sucks. Bills have to get paid. You know, the daily grind is never fun, you know, unless you're work at a fucking cotton candy factory, and I'm sure even that can suck. What else? Yeah, I moved out March of 2020, COVID, did the peppermint patty thing, cruising around. I finally make it back to Colorado, and I start my life again. Try to start my life again. I move into the sweet ass house on the west side. West side is the best side, and yeah, I just try to piece my shit together, and of course, got knocked down again, just with my health this time. You know, just as I thought everything was going well, and it wasn't necessarily going well. You know, I guess I'm kind of lying to myself even now. I was dealing with a lot of demons, a lot of dark shit. So I'll dive into just mental health first and foremost. That split, that separation, still was really fucking with me, and I don't know, shit got dark. Yeah, I drank a fucking lot. I honest to God don't remember fucking drinking very much water between the months of March 2020 and probably like, I don't know, that November. Had a lot of friends, made a lot of acquaintances, did a lot of odd jobs and whatnot. Worked for a brewery. That didn't fucking help at all. I mean, it helped socially. It helped my heart, my loneliness. Made a lot of cool friends, a lot of good support. But yeah, I unfortunately abused that position and got fired for fucking being hammered. I was ass hammered dancing with this chick up on the bar, and you know, shit happens, man. Life is fucked. Continuing on. After that happened, you know, I realized I needed to clean up my act, got myself a nice little 9-to-5 and very far away from alcohol, dove into fitness. You know, really tried to fucking dig into fitness. Started climbing 14ers, started hiking a shitload, just like obsessively. I've got a mountain bike, nice little 29er. I started building a Jeep. I got another Jeep. Actually, I think at that time I had an S10 little monster truck. It was solid axle swapped with a V8. Actually, that was fucking dope. I blew up the motor on that. Again, my off-road obsession is another one of my outlets. So you'll see that. Damn, that plane looks like it's just ready to crash. That could be a jet for the Air Force Academy over here, but sorry about my ADD, guys. I promise this video is almost over, right? We're only a year out. Got into fitness. I'm climbing mountains, camping, biking, hiking. I've got an inflatable kayak. I lost a bunch of weight. I started cutting out a lot of toxicity, a lot of bad people and shitty shit. But life wanted to kick me right in the dick one more time, and here comes what was spring, basically, of 2021. You know, that you know, fast forward a little bit. I guess there was a bunch of bullshit. There was a good 6 to 8 months that wasn't horrible, but it also was very padded with, I don't know what you'd call it, vices or what do you call it? Like coping, I guess. Just really, I don't know. I blacked it out. I blacked it out even while sober. Really, really painful shit. We're dragging shit along with the split up, even thinking that we were gonna, work things out. And so there was that portion, a weird like romantic portion. There was I was trying to go to school. I did, as I mentioned earlier, did my EMS class. That was all done at that time, and I did well. I did for not having known shit about anything biology for sure. I did pretty well. I got my CPR BLS, which is sweet. I know how to do advanced CPR. I can load and go, load and go, splint you, stop the bleeding, keep your heart going. ABCs, baby, ABCs. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. That's it. It really is all it takes to be an EMS. That and being the fucking most gangster Uber driver ever. Because at the end of it, about 15 grand on average, that person in the gurney is going to be billed. So drive fast. EMS was sweet. I was pursuing being a firefighter. I finally felt, I don't know, I finally felt like I knew what the fuck I was doing, guys. I felt like I finally knew where my life was supposed to be. I went to school for 4 years. My aunt, my uncle, my grandma, my mom, all teachers and lawyers and bears. Oh my! And they convinced me that 4 years of college was where it's at. It's fucking not at all. Not for a lot of people these days, because it is a very compromised institution. Period. If you disagree, suck my ass. I'm still fucking paying. I'm halfway through paying my debt, and not a single job has had anything to do with my degree, or even warranted a fucking degree for that matter. Some of my higher paying jobs didn't give a shit whether or not I could spell. So, and these are jobs coming up into 6 figures. It was awesome. Stick to what you're good at, people. Don't fuck around. Don't pretend like you're gonna go be a fucking doctor or a scientist. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. I'm gonna go to school, dig myself into debt, thinking that I'm gonna be a lawyer, which I already think is fucking stupid. Just because they pay money? Like, everything pays money. Now, I know some of the fucking happiest people in the world that are broke as shit. And then other people that are then just jealous of them. Rich, very wealthy people. Rich people. I'm fucking rich. I'm just broke. Got enough money for gas, coffee. Fortunately, I got this GoFundMe going because I've got fucking cancer. Oh yeah, and that cancer. One more kick to the dick by the bully named Life. Got diagnosed in June of 2021. Going back to my whole firefighter pursuit, that is now over, unfortunately. At least to my knowledge, right now. I did my EMS class. I feel like immediately thereafter my gallbladder collapsed. I had cholecystitis, and I had a cholecystectomy, is what it's called. I'm very proud of myself for having been able to pronounce either of those words. But cholecystectomy is when you have your gallbladder removed in full at the bile duct. Your gallbladder is a portion of your digestive system. It's right up against your liver. They are homies in that your gallbladder produces a supplement amount of bile for your gallbladder, and bile ultimately helps digest fatty foods, a lot of foods actually, but fatty foods specifically, even down to like simple oils like avocado and shit. So had that done. What happens is I turned yellow. Yellow. Not being racist. Again, if you change the channel, you're a fucking ass and ignorant. It's jaundice. Some babies get it sometimes when they're born. And they just need sun, apparently, like sunlight, vitamin D and shit. Adults, when they get it, it's usually from drinking. Usually. I don't know if mine was necessarily. They claim it wasn't. They claim that it actually takes like 40 fucking years of hard drinking. So, if that puts any fucking thing into perspective as to how incredibly difficult my life was and how much Jameson I ingested between March 2020 and June of 2021, or basically March of 2021, I'd like to think that I didn't fit 40 years of alcohol abuse into one fucking year, but who knows? Really fucking dark portion of my life, guys. But again, I'm here. I am healthy, and now I'm just ruthlessly honest with everything. I'm trying to show as an example. Just don't do drugs or Jameson or feed into your emotions or fucking, I don't know, not live the life you're supposed to live. You're supposed to live. Supposed to. Don't let anybody ever to tell you what to do. Not a wife, not your parents. I'm not saying not to listen. You should listen, but you don't have to follow every word like as if it's gospel. Again, whether it's your wife or your husband, your mom, dad, or other family, they mean well, but no one, literally fucking no one, knows what's best for you other than you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't think I'm just weird. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You could be in an argument, or could have had an argument with a spouse or family member or what have you, and I mean, at the end of it, you know, think about it like this. When you go take a shit, whose hand is there to make sure you wipe correctly? You know, who's there to brush your teeth? If it is someone else, then for fucking sure you should be listening to that person. If it's not, then trust the hand doing the work. I guess I kind of ripped off the Band-Aid earlier and didn't really dive into it. June of 2021, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. It wasn't much anything other than just a finding of carcinoma, as I'm sure many people come across or learn to have as they're diagnosed. And mine turned into a fucking monster, like instantly. I'm trying to like block the sun with my bald head. It was 25. It wasn't in anything initially. It was just cells. Seems like overnight, turned into a mass of approximately 25 millimeters. And then throughout the course of FOLFIRINOX, if you know anything about chemo, it's, you know, it's just it's the steroids of all chemo, or I don't even know how my oncologist phrased it. You know, it's some tough shit. And even though I very much just grin and bear it through all of the fantastic symptoms of chemo, because it's really not cancer that kills you so much as it is the ass kicking that chemo can do to fight off the tumor. The tumor will kill you eventually, or the cancer, but chemo usually is it doesn't help. I mean, it does help and it doesn't help. It's hard to explain. You need to fight chemo for it to then fight for you, if that makes sense. But yeah, it doubled in size. Doubled. 25 millimeters to 49. Point something. But I've started a new regimen since. I've gone bald. My hair grows back white, which is kind of weird, like white, like as white as the letters on my shirt. I weighed 215 pounds when everything kind of started. Honestly, like that was more so back in March of 19, and so here we are now in November of 2021, and I'm 165 pounds. Granted, that's a lot of different variables there. That's like not just the chemo or cancer, like, you know, being nauseous and all of that shit. I have been working out pretty thoroughly, pretty like consistently, but not obsessively. And I also eat very much green, light, a lot of protein. A lot of water, no beer. No booze, no sugar. I mean, candy, a lot of candy, a fuck ton of candy. I just, for sure, if you ever have seen, I've got a couple of friends that have beat substance abuse in one regard or another, and it's so funny. Like, we're all just like sweetaholics. Red Bull, coffee all day, middle of the night. I don't give a shit. It's great, but that's kind of where that is. I just had a recent scan. I did a update on that you could see on, I don't know, let's see, that is Rich on my Facebook. There's a couple places, but I mean, nonetheless, this is my introductory or reintroductory, my re-grand opening to That Is Rich. I hope you're all caught up on some shit. I hope you've gained perspective in your own life. I know shit sucks. Life is hard. Girlfriends suck. Boyfriends suck. Boys suck. Boys are fucked. Boys are fucked. Men, they you know, when given a little bit of grace, because still human, can be better. Women, again, when given a little bit of grace, can be great. Partners in general, when given grace, free will will ultimately still fuck people up and fuck up relationships and ties between others, and platonic, romantic, I don't give a shit. Life is hard, jobs suck, etc., etc., etc. But this is not a video to be just woe is me, bitching about everything there is to bitch about. I want this channel in general to be the fucking light of your life. Perspective. Gain perspective before it's too late, before you lose people, before you get cancer, before you give up on everything, before you take your own fucking life. Don't take it for granted. Ask questions. Be Ruthless. Go get that fucking truck. Go get the hand tat. Fuck it. Stop working for corporate America. Live simple. Clean. Be good. Till next time, I love you. You're the fucking best. Period.